everybody, this is Leslie. If you're new here, my name's Leslie Chandler. I am a crafty person and a Etsy shop owner. I am making new videos every week with different Etsy tips as well as craft tutorials. So this week we're doing one on these cute, look how cute, these cute little car Freshies. You've probably seen them around. It's kind of a new thing over the last few years. And I was interested and I've been thinking about making them for a while now. And I finally bought the stuff to make them, and so I wanted to share with you how to do that. They're really easy and they would make really cute Christmas presents. So Christmas is around the corner, and you can get a bunch of these made up for really not that much expense, and so it just seemed like a good idea to share with you. Okay, so first let's talk about supplies. Okay, so the first thing you're going to need are these Aromabeads. Whoops, these Aromabeads. I got these on Etsy, and I'll put the link below in the description. Okay, so I bought a pound to start with just to see if I could even do this and not screw it up. So the next thing you're going to need is some kind of scented oil. This is lemon, and I had already purchased this at a health food store, so you're going to need about an ounce for this purpose. So this one has, it had 1 ounce in it. And then you also want to get, you see how I made these a green, pretty bright green color? I used mica powder to color the Aromabeads. I'm going to show you how to do that here in a few minutes. So those are actually the 3 ingredients to making these. So that's really not too bad, not too shabby. Okay. Oh, you also want to have some string so that you can tie them, so you can hang them in your car. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put mine in my closets because I like for my closets to smell good. I already have one of these in my car, so I'm making a bunch to put in the closets around the house, make them smell good. Okay, so that's the supplies, but let's talk about the tools that you're going to need to make these. The first thing that you're going to need is a jar, and we use the jar to mix up the Aromabeads and the scent oil and the mica powder. So you're going to need a jar. Most people are using a mason jar. I just didn't have one on hand. Next thing you're going to need are metal cookie cutters. I also got these on Etsy, but I know you can get them at Michael's, Hobby Lobby, and all kinds of places. And I got this size. I think you can see that worked out best for me, but they come in all sizes. Next, you're going to need pliers. And then you want a good pair of scissors. Don't use your fabric scissors. Your mother will not be happy with you. Don't use the fabric scissors. Just use the craft scissors. And then you want a cookie sheet. You can either use a non-stick cookie sheet that's just for this purpose. You don't want to cook food on something that you've been creating crafts on. So I just use this old pan, and I put foil in it. And then for whenever you get done, you're going to want to decorate them. So you might want to get some felt to decorate, and then these I use little pom-poms, and I'll show you more about that in a minute. And I used a hot glue gun to put them on. Okay, so let's show you how to make this real quick. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to mix up the scents and the Aromabeads and the mica powder. Okay, so we have our little jar here. We're going to put them all in the jar. Now we measure these. We measure everything by weight and not by volume. And so I have my little postal scale here. Most people use a kitchen scale, which I don't have. So I'm going to use my postal scale to measure it out. And what we do is we do 4 ounces of the Aromabeads. So first I'm going to put this on the scale and see how much it weighs. It's 1 pound and 5 ounces. Let me get this where you can see. All right, so we can see this is set on 1 pound 5.1 ounces, this scale, or that's how much the jar weighs. So we want to add 4 ounces of the Aromabeads first. So let's go ahead and do that. So it said 5, so we want it to be 9 ounces. Okay, that's good enough. Okay, so it's at 9 ounces. So we've got the 4 ounces of the Aromabeads, and now we're gonna go ahead and add the oil. And we want that to be 1 ounce. So it's 4 to 1. 4 of the Aromabeads, 4 ounces, and then 1 ounce of the oil. And that should make it go up to 10 ounces. It's just under. I just didn't have a full ounce in here, but that still should be quite enough. This is pretty potent stuff. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and use the green color again. And so on the mica powder, you just wanna use a little, like a popsicle stick or a spoon or something to dip into it and put it in there. Let's get that. You just want to get just a tad. It doesn't, a little bit definitely goes a long way. So it's like maybe half a teaspoon. So I'm going to put that in there. Then we're going to put the lid on it. Now my favorite part, we're going to shake it, okay? So you want to shake it to where the mica powder and the oil gets all into those Aromabeads, right? And if you notice, you can see how the glass jar is wet with the oil. So what we're going to do is we're going to do this, shake it up, and we're going to set it aside. And we're going to go by every now and then and shake it again. It's kind of like those crackers, those seasoned crackers that you make, and you put them in a bag and you shake them up ever so often until a couple of days later and then they're ready. Well, that's the same thing here. We want that oil to get into the beads. And so the first time I did this, it just took a couple of days. I thought it would take longer, but it was like maybe 2 days. And so I would just walk by ever so often and give it a little shake it like a Polaroid picture. And so that's that. And this is what it looks like whenever it dries out. So you notice these are very dry and you don't see any of that oil on the sides of the jar. So once they get like this, all dried out, then they're ready to melt in the little cookie cutters. Okay, so let's do that part. Okay, so you put the cookie cutters on the foil, but the nail that we were talking about is for the hole, for the string to go through. Also, you want to make sure you're on a level surface. It feels like it's a little bumpy there, so that your beads can't escape. Okay, all right, so go ahead and pour your beads. Like I said, you want to be careful because these little boogers get away from you and get all over your cookie sheet. And I use a popsicle stick or something. You can use your finger to kind of spread them around. Okay, there goes one. Just making sure that that nail is standing up so that hole will go all the way through. It'll melt around the nail, and so then we have that hole. That stuff is not easy to poke a hole through. I had to do that on this llama a while ago because I put the hole right here, and whenever I tried to put the string in it, I put the hole right here. So when I put the string in it, it just didn't balance right, so I decided the hole would be better up here in his little head. So you're supposed to kind of push them down just a little bit just to make sure they're not. Now I've seen it done a couple of different ways. Some people say only fill it halfway, and then I've seen people fill it up to the level, to where it's level with the end of the cookie sheet, but I feel like you can overfill it and then it's gonna be a big mess. Oh my gosh, I saw a YouTube video today where this lady was making these, and like there was a unicorn and she had made the unicorn's mane with like rainbow colors. It was so pretty, so I'm anxious to try that. I've also seen them do it where they're putting credit cards in there or some kind of card to separate so they can have different colors. So I'm anxious to try that as well. But since I'm just starting out, I'm not going to get too fancy smancy. So now I'm doing the cactus. I love this. I love these, everything cactus right now. See, I try to go too fast. My beads are going everywhere. Might be easier using a spoon. I'm just not that patient. Okay, so again, get my little popsicle stick. I want to make sure this is down far enough. Make sure everybody's in there good. There we go. So you should be able to see pretty good how I have them filled. Let me move that up so you can see. Okay, so now that the oven is preheated to 350, I'm gonna cook them for 7 minutes and 30 seconds. All right, can you see that? We just got them out of the oven a while ago. We let them cool for about 30 minutes and now they're ready for us to decorate. Okay, so let's go ahead and get them off this foil. And it's pretty easy. This one hasn't, I've already pried this one off a little bit, but this one is, see how it sticks just a little bit to the foil. Okay, so now we have it where we can take it out of the cookie cutter. And that takes a little bit of practice. I figured out that if you kind of pull the metal away from it, it comes out a lot easier. You can push it, but you want to kind of pull the metal away from the wax. And it takes practice. I've only done a couple of these, so. And you don't want to break your cookie cutter. Just don't have very strong hands there. There we go. So he came out pretty good. You can see he's got some little prongs. I'm not really sure what that's about, but I've seen a few other people do these and they just cut these little prongs off. So now we've got it where we need to take the screw out, and that is what the pliers were for. Okay, so you want to just kind of, we want to get it to where we can push it back out and then go ahead and pull it out. I just used the screwdriver for this. It's kind of hard. See, that kind of makes it nice because you can just kind of unwind it that way. Okay, so that's ready. Now let's get this little llama out. Oh, he's coming out a lot easier. He or she, I don't know which yet. Okay. So let's get the nail out of this guy. Okay, there we go. So now what I do is if there are any little stray prongy little pieces like that, you may like them on there. Might look like llama hair or something, but you can just go around and cut those off with the scissors. Don't cut too much. We don't want it to look bad. I just don't like those sticking out. Just make sure it's kind of smooth. Kind of looks like a unicorn with that little horn on his head. And some of the pieces are hard to get to. That's flying everywhere. Okay, so this guy's ready for decorating, I feel like. Okay, and then I'm going to do the cactus the same way, just cut off all of these little jagged edges. And then I'm just going to plug in the hot glue gun and glue on any kind of decorations that you want to use on your pieces. And you can see on the cactus, all I did was just, I hot glued these little pink pom-poms that I got. There's a bunch in here, so we'll have plenty of those. So it would look kind of like the little, oh, what do you call it on cactuses? The little fruit that are on cactuses. and the blooms. And then the same with the little llama. I made it to where it would look like it had a little bow with the pom-poms, and then I just put a little piece of felt so it would look like the saddle, and then put more pom-poms. But you can do all kinds of things, and I've seen people paint these with the little puff paints. So just whatever it is that you want to do to make your little car Freshies the way you want them. And then again, they don't just have to be for your car. I'm gonna put mine in the closets, and that's it. I really hope you enjoyed watching me make these little Freshies, and I hope you'll try it out. These would make really cute gifts, and even if it's just a gift for yourself. So hit that subscribe button if you want to see more tutorials like this, and give me a thumbs up. I appreciate it. Have a great day, and look forward to seeing you next week. Bye-bye.